How's it going, folks? Manchester City will be without manager Pep Guardiola for at least their next two Premier League games. Barca are looking to pull off a couple of new transfers, and Chelsea will continue their spending spree. You will hear this and much more in today's episode of the latest football news, which needs your likes and support by subscribing. Without further ado, let's get the show on the pitch. And Adidas have unveiled the ball that the teams will use in this season's Champions League campaign. Al Nassr beat Dubai's Shabab Al Ahly in the final round of the Asian Champions League qualifiers. During the course of the game, Cristiano Ronaldo's side trailed 1-2, but made a comeback, equalizing the matter in the 88th minute and scoring twice in stoppage time. Thiago Arrizabalaga will make his debut for Real Madrid this weekend in the La Liga fixture against El Tavigo. He will be Los Blancos' first host goalkeeper despite the confident performance of Andre Lunin. Rennes winger Jeremy Doku is already travelling to England for medical ahead of his €60 million move to Manchester City. Legendary ex-striker Carlos Tevez has been appointed as the new head coach of Argentina Primera División Club Independiente. Earlier on, he led Rosario Central. Ajax have rejected West Ham's £40 million plus bonuses bid for Mohamed Kudus. The Amsterdam powerhouse expects to receive more money for his services. Fenerbahce goalkeeper Altayr Baynder will undergo a preliminary medical checkup in case of joining Manchester United for €5 million. However, the deal depends on the departure of Dean Henderson. Romelu Lukaku is currently training with the Chelsea U21 squad. He has not even spoken to the pensioners' new coach, Mauricio Pochettino, while the club is only considering the option of selling the Belgian. Manchester City have finally pulled out the race to recruit West Ham United midfielder Lucas Paqueta. It has nothing to do with the arrival of Jeremy Doku, though. Burnley have announced the transfer of centre-back Hannes Doucouré from RSC Anderlecht, who was previously coached by current Burnley manager Vincent Kompany. Al Nassr have acquired 28-year-old Brazilian attacking midfielder Otavio from Porto for €60 million. He penned a 3-year contract. Newcastle United have agreed to bring in Chelsea young defender Lewis Hall on an initial loan deal with a fee of £28 million plus £7 million in add-ons to be activated at the end of the season. West Ham United have agreed on a deal with Stuttgart for essential defender Konstantinos Mavropanis. The transfer is valued at €20 million plus €5 million in add-ons. The Greek has signed a 5-year contract with the Irons. Chelsea intend to snatch Arsenal striker Valerian Balogun, who had a successful spell at Real Madrid last season. However, the Blues want to reduce the price tag from £50 to £40 million. Benfica goalkeeper Odysseas Vlachodimos, who was recently dropped from the matchday squad by manager Roger Schmidt, has returned to training with the first team. His move to Manchester United has fallen through. Latvia has begun discussions with Olympique Marseille over the move for the 24-year-old French midfielder Matteo Guendouzi. The English Football Association have upheld an appeal against a red card shown to Alexis McAllister during the Matchday 2 game against Bournemouth. The Argentine will be available for the next fixture against Newcastle. Al Ettifaq head coach Steven Gerrard has dispelled any alleged links to a move for Mason Greenwood as fake news. Lyon are expected to secure the deal with Ghana teenage striker Ernest Nwamel from Danish club Nordsjælland for a record €30 million. The footballer has already passed medical tests ahead of his transfer. Many United's latest signing Mason Mount will miss the team's next 2 Premier League games against Nottingham Forest and Arsenal due to injury. He will return after the international break. AC Milan have acquired centre-back Marco Pellegrino from Platense. Rossoneri paid €3 million to seal the deal, while the 21-year-old youngster put his signature on a 5-year contract. AS Roma are hoping to sign Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku this summer. The Yellow and Reds wish to finalize the deal in the final days of the transfer window, so that the Belgian has no other options. West Ham United and PSG have held productive talks regarding the move of French striker Hugo Ekitike. The Hammers are pushing for a permanent signing, not a loan deal. The Premier League has suspended referee Michael Oliver for the next 3 weeks for making controversial decisions in the game between Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United. Ex-Arsenal and Manchester City defender Guillaume Clichy will be one of Thierry Henry's assistants in the French U21 team. The FB Stuttgart have taken 21-year-old Saint-Germain Leonidas Sturgeon on a 1-year loan from Swiss top-flight club FC St. Gallen. Sevilla have sent central midfielder Thomas Delaney on loan to RSC Anderlecht. The agreement includes a buyout option. Ajax have bought the Argentine left-back Gaston Avila from Belgium Antwerp for €12.5 million. Croatia first-choice Dominik Livakovic has completed his medical tests ahead of his move to Fenerbahce. Lamine Yamal is the youngest full player to receive a €25 million market value on transfer market. Barcelona will not buy a new midfielder this summer. Xavi will trust the young Fermino Lopez. AC Milan winger Alexis Salamicers has agreed personal terms with Real Betis, but there is still no deal reached between the clubs. Bayern Munich midfielder Ryan Gravenberch remembers Liverpool's interest in him during his spell at Ajax, and he appreciates it. The footballer is open to join the Reds if the clubs agree on his move. After winning the treble, Manchester City leader Kevin De Bruyne gifted all his teammates custom-made platinum iPhones. Borussia Mönchengladbach have rejected a new offer from Liverpool regarding the striker of defensive midfielder Manu Cohn. The German side has no desire to sell Frenchmen this summer. Yesterday we saw the first games of the final qualifying round of the 2023-24 Champions League campaign. Here are the results. Alright, it's time to move on to the main news of the release. In the upcoming fixtures against Sheffield United and Fulham, Man City will have to play without Pep Guardiola in the dugout. Yesterday, the Sky Blues manager had undergone a routine operation on a back problem. The Spanish specialist suffered from severe back pain recently and flew to Barcelona for emergency surgery. In Pep's absence, Man City's training and games will be held by his assistant Juan Malillo, who was appointed an interim coach. Pep is expected to return to work after the international break. Chelsea continues their craziest pending spree in the transfer market. The Blues are willing to spend another €60 million for a new winger. After the failed negotiations with Michael Ollis, Chelsea have identified 2 players who could boost their attacking line. In the coming days, they will be in contact with Lyon regarding the transfer of one of the club's 2 young prospects, Bradley Barcola or Ryan Cherki. Both performers are liked by Chelsea management and especially Mauricio Pochettino. 20-year-old Cherki scored 4 goals and delivered 6 assists in 34 League One appearances last season. At his age, he has already played 104 games for his hometown club. Barcola, who is also interested in PSG, has 5 goals and 9 assists in 26 Liga 1 appearances in the 2022-23 season. Barcelona are seriously considering recruiting Bayern Municher Leroy Sané, but only next summer. As of this moment, the Catalans cannot allow themselves to pull off this transfer financially, while the player himself is determined to finish this season in Munich. Therefore, Barcelona will wait until next summer to submit an official bid to Bayern. The Air then are expected to let the footballer go for a relatively small fee, since Sané's deal expires in the summer of 2025. Sané has 40 goals and 37 assists in 135 appearances for Bavarians.